knock this out. I bet it has to do with those lines we talked about, those data buses, and how many ones and zeros that we can have flying around on a motherboard. I bet you that's what we're talking about. Maybe not.
People who pick Post University choose our 100% online.
It doesn't.
Finished.
Computer hardware and software can come in 32 or 64-bit versions. The difference between a 32-bit and a 64-bit is the way that it handles memory. The bit size refers to the memory that it can address. A 32-bit system can reference 2 to the 32nd power bytes of memory, which equals to about 4 gigabytes. However, a 64-bit system can reference 2 to the 64th power bytes of memory, which equals to about 16 exabytes, which is 4 billion times more memory than a 32-bit.
That's a lot.
Now that number is so huge that it's virtually unlimited because we will never need to use that amount of memory.
That's not true.
So in a computer, in order for data or a program to run, it needs to be loaded into RAM first. So the data is stored on the slower hard drive, and from the hard drive, it's loaded into the faster RAM. And once it's loaded into RAM, the CPU can now access the data or run the program. Now in a 32-bit system, since the maximum amount of memory that it can support is 4 gigabytes, it may not be enough to hold all the data that the CPU needs to make the computer run as fast as possible. And when this happens, then some of the data has to be kept on the slower hard drive to compensate for the low memory. So instead of data going from RAM to the CPU, it has to do extra work by going back to the slower hard drive. And when this happens, it slows down the computer. But in a 64-bit system, it's able to store a lot more memory than 4 gigabytes, which means that more data can be stored into the faster RAM than on a slower hard drive. And because it can store more data into RAM, the computer is able to run a lot faster. So in a nutshell, this is why a 64-bit system is faster than a 32-bit system.
See the L1, L2, and L3? Okay. That's caching, but we're not going to do that. You can do that on your own. Maybe I'll upload that one. That's actually not bad to know. I'll upload this and you can do it on your own. Caching. All right, now let's do bus. Pay attention. Bus. Bus, bus, bus. Stop this. Bus.
We're a citizen legislature.
Yeah, whatever. Just yapping. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. See how it slows down?
Now you're on mute.
4 minutes on this.
Hello everyone and welcome back.
Oh, I love
Today
it.
we are going to talk about the types of computer buses. We will highlight their main characteristics and point out the important functions of each type of a computer bus. Ready? Let's begin.
Let's begin.
What is a computer bus? This is what we really need to understand first before we get into the types. You can think of a computer bus like a public bus or school bus. These type of buses are used to transport people from one place to another. Just like these buses, a computer bus transmits data from one location to another. In simple terms, computer buses are electrical wires that connect various hardware components in a computer system. Computer bus carries data, control signals, memory addresses, and power supply to these components. You can say a bus is a common communication pathway used in a computer system, through which data flows from one component to another via motherboard. Alright, I hope you got the basic idea, right? Now let's discuss the types of computer buses. System bus, it connects CPU and the main memory. System bus is also known as a memory. There are 3 types of system buses, such as data bus, address bus, and control bus. Data bus carries data between CPU and other components such as RAM, USB, printer, and so on. Data bus is bidirectional, which means data travels in both directions between CPU and RAM. As I mentioned above, buses are electrical wires, where each wire can carry 1 bit. So 8 wires can carry 8 bits at a time, and 64 wires can carry 64 bits in the bus at a time. Wider the bus width, faster would be the data flow on the data bus, which will result in better system performance. Address bus. It contains the memory address of where data is located in the computer, whether it's in the hard disk, RAM or SSD card. Basically, it tells the computer from where it has to send the data and from where it has to get the data. Address bus is unidirectional. That means data travels in one direction only. Control bus. It carries the control signals that make sure everything is flowing smoothly from one component to another. CPU contains a control unit, which controls the functioning of all other components connected to the computer. It always monitors the system. Without any control, computer wouldn't be able to determine when data is sent and received. Control bus is particularly used by the CPU to communicate with devices, sending commands and receiving status signals. Now we have internal bus and external bus. Internal bus enables the communication between internal components such as a video card or memory. External bus allows the communication with external devices such as USB or SCSI. Parallel bus versus serial bus. With a parallel bus, data is transmitted several bits at a time. However, with a serial bus, data is transferred 1 bit at a time. Finally, expansion bus. It's a group of wires used to connect with the expansion slots on the motherboard. Expansion bus connects the most important internal system components like CPU and PCI or PCI Express slots on the motherboard. PCI and PCI Express slots are used to connect the add-on cards like graphic card and sound card to enhance the system performance. Now there are some important functions which are performed by the computer buses, like data sharing. All types of buses found in a computer transfer data between devices connected to it. Addressing. A bus has address lines which match those of the processor. This allows data to be sent to or from specific memory locations. Power. A bus supplies power to various components connected to it. And the last function is timing. Bus provides a system clock signal to synchronize the devices attached to it with the rest of the system. Alright, so with that, this wraps up today's video.
Yes,
Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button.
Thank you, sir. That was pretty good. One of my better ones. Okay, now we done with the processor. All those videos about the processor. Blah, 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 blah. So now, and then the bus. The bus are the lines. So I got you a video on the bus. And the bus has different types of buses, like system bus, address bus, control bus, power, clock. All this stuff has to be in sync. And this is the mamma jamma that handles everything to make sure everybody's on the same page. Good. So let's just jump to this cat right here. RAM. Right? Remember this lecture was about processor and RAM, right? So we got to do the RAM. So I'm gonna do this one. So how does RAM work? Now some of my other classes, other places, they said they like this video. So you tell me what you think.
From the moment it leaves the factory, critical parts of your engine.
Shut up. Oh, I can skip this. Thank you. Okay, go.
The audio.
Oh, snap. I did it again, didn't I? Sorry. Okay, go back to audio. Thanks. Ready? 4 minutes. You can do 4 minutes.
Dear friends, welcome to Majid Korea YouTube channel. In this video we will understand how the RAM works in a computer. Let's clear a concept before we understand the RAM. See, what is this, friends? This is a switch, and this is LED light. Let's connect. Friends, we have created a single memory cell by connecting the switch to the LED. A memory.
That's 1 byte. What can it be?
A 1 or a 0.
Right, and in essence, a 1 or a 0 or on
Or off.
Oh, we ready? I think y'all might like this video.
Cell can store a bit. This bit can be 1. This bit can be 0. Let's save our data in this memory cell. This is a battery cell. Let's attach this battery to this memory cell. When we need to save 1 on this switch and the light turns on, when we need to save 0 off this switch, let's increase the number of memory cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have increased the number of memory cells to 8. Now we sold them to the right, and on the other side, we sold it from the left. We connect them to 1 unit. Friends, we have created 1 byte memory with the help of 8 switches and LEDs. You know that there are 8 bits in 1 byte. In a bit only 2 values possible, either 0 or 1. Now we connect the battery to this system.
Hello.
Our 1 byte RAM is now ready to use. Let's save the data in it. Data is coming from the CPU.
Oh, that's funny.
Now store it on the RAM.
Let's do it.
We have started saving data. The first value is 1, so we will turn on the switch. It is 0 after that. We will turn off the switch. There is 1 after that. We will turn on the switch. After that 1, so we will turn on the switch. It is 0, then this switch will not be turned on. There is 1, then this switch will be turned on. It is 0, then this switch will be off. There is 1, then this switch will be opened.
This is memory.
Some switches are on and some are off. We will consider the 1 which switches are on. We will consider the 0 which switches are off. In the same way we can write and read data. Viewers, our data is available on this little RAM. So let's read this data. When the first switch is on, it shows 1. Closed after this, it indicates 0. The next switch is on, it shows 1. The next switch is also on. The next one is off. The next switch is on. The next switch is also off. The next one is on. Friends, we have read data from these memory cells, which is exactly the same data that we write on it. But the biggest problem with RAM is that if the power supply is cut off, all the data in a RAM is lost.
See it?
Are there any physical switches on a RAM which is turned on or off to save data? No. In a computer system, this works as done by a controller which consists of many transistors. So, do computer RAM also have LEDs lines? No. We use LEDs only. This circuit for human concept, it is more convenient to use capacitors in a computer RAM.
Oh.
Because the use of capacitors...
Hold up, home skillet. What happened to my little LEDs? What happened to the LEDs? Mr. Darrell, we replaced the LEDs with capacitors. Well, why did we do that? Why do you think we did that? Yeah. LEDs blow out quickly, capacitors have a longer life, plus we can miniaturize capacitors to the point where you can't even see them with the naked eye. Alien technology? Y'all ain't ready. That's okay, whatever. Let me stop.
Is more reliable. You take less energy and hold the current for some time. The transistors in the controller save 0 or 1 by charging or discharging the capacitor. This is way our RAM works. Transistors and capacitors in a RAM are now so small as technology has advanced that we cannot see them with naked...
9:48. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Let's do this one right here, 2. All right. This one is buku long. What I'm gonna do is play this, but I'm gonna ignore all the history, and I'm gonna jump to what's called today. We use this memory that's called DD, DDR, DDR 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm gonna let you, because I'm tired, I'm gonna let you do the history. There's a lot of history with RAM. So I think it's best for we to jump up here, then how to put RAM in, do the lab, and then get going. What do you think? Oh, you agree with that, though? You agree with that?
Watch now, Land of the Bible.
Land of the Bible. Okay, here we go.
Turn the volume back on.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about one of the most important parts of a computer,
Blah, blah, blah.
and we're going to be talking about primary memory or temporary storage.
Right.
And this is called, as technology increased and processor and bus speeds have gotten faster, a new RAM technology was developed to keep up with the faster speeds of computers. This newer technology was called DDR, which stands for double data rate.
Okay.
And that's basically what DDR does. It sends double the amount of data in each clock cycle compared to non-DDR.
Okay.
Non-DDR, or single data rate RAM, uses only the rising edge of a clock signal to transfer data. But DDR uses both the rising and falling edges of a clock signal to send data, which gives DDR the ability to send twice the amount of data.
Okay.
So here is another illustration comparing the difference between DDR and non-DDR. So even though the system clock is pulsating at the same speed for both RAM modules, the DDR RAM module can send twice the amount of data since it takes advantage of both the rising and falling edges of a clock signal. So even if we speed the clock up and make it go faster, the DDR RAM will still send twice the amount of data compared to the non-DDR RAM.
Okay. And your point is? It just moves faster, that's all you could have said, you're wasting time. In other words, get DDR instead of non-DDR, right?
DDR is also labeled differently than non-DDR RAM.
Sir, we ain't doing that.
DDR RAM may include both the clock speed and the total bandwidth in its name. A new technology that has succeeded DDR is DDR2.
Okay.
DDR2 is faster than DDR because it allows for higher bus speeds and effectively send twice the amount of data than DDR. And it also uses less power than DDR. A DDR2 DIMM has 240 pins compared to DDR, which has 184 pins. DDR2 is labeled just like DDR, but with a small difference. For example, a DDR2 DIMM could be labeled DDR2 800, PC2 6400. And the difference is the 2 right after the DDR and the 2 right after the PC. So this is how you can identify DDR2 memory by using its label.
That's another way too. This notch right here. DDR1 doesn't have the same notch as DDR2. DDR1 might be over here, So you can never get them mixed up. We used to get them mixed up a long time ago. We used to blow out the boards. So the manufacturer said, we need to put a notch for DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, 4, and 5. We'll move the notches around so this motherboard can only take a certain type of DDR. Does that make sense? This motherboard will not take DDR 1, 2, 3. It says, it'll tell you when you buy the board, DDR4. So if you think you can take DDR2 from your old computer and put it in here, it won't even fit. And why won't it fit? The notch. We good on that? That was easy.
And right after DDR2 is DDR3.
Great.
DDR3 is twice as fast as DDR2,
Notches?
and it also uses less power than DDR2. And just like DDR2, DDR3 also has 240 pins, but the notches in the DIMMs are in different places. So you can't put a DDR3 DIMM in a RAM slot made for DDR2. In fact, motherboards are made to support a certain type of memory. So you can't mix DDR1, 2, 3, or 4 on the same motherboard. An example of DDR3 would be DDR3 1600, PC3 12800. And the fourth generation of DDR SDRAM is DDR.
Good enough. Y'all, enough of the DDR? Last one. So how do you put memory in a computer? Ready? And it'll be the last video.
Oh no, is this like an in the pool pool?
Really? La, 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 2, 1.
How to install RAM into a desktop computer. This is extremely easy and straightforward to do. So let's get right down to it. You first just have to make sure that your motherboard supports your RAM, the main factor being what kind it is, whether it be DDR3, DDR4, DDR5, 6, 7, 11, infinite, whatever. If you look up your motherboard's manual or specifications online, you'll quickly see what kind it supports. From there, all you have to do is know how much RAM and what speeds your motherboard can handle. If it says each RAM slot supports up to 16 gigabytes, just make sure you obtain RAM modules that don't exceed 16 gigabytes. The same rule goes for speed. If what you look up says the motherboard does not support anything beyond 2933 megahertz, get RAM that is not clocked any faster than, you guessed it, 2933 megahertz. Basically, other than that, you're good to go. If your RAM is supported by your motherboard, it's time to install it. What we're working with today is a pair of 16 gigabyte DDR4 Corsair Vengeance modules clocked at 2933 megahertz. Let's get them in. In which RAM slots should you put them? My motherboard, like most of them, has 4 RAM slots. In every single case, they'll be located next to the processor, which this big old chunky device rests on top of. This is the heatsink. They will generally be labeled as follows, from left to right, starting with the one immediately next to the processor. A1, A2, B1, and B2. Oftentimes, you'll notice the ones with the matching numbers also have the matching colors. Without info dumping you here, you want your RAM to run in a multi-channel mode instead of single-channel mode if you can. Long story short, multi-channel modes are faster. In order to do this, you want your pairs of RAM running in the same numbered slots. For example, A1 and B1 or A2 and B2. Not A1 and A2 or A1 and B2. I have just 2 modules here, so if I put them in either pair of slots, I'll get my system running in dual channel mode. Bada bing, bada boom. But hold on, there's one more thing to consider. Which pair of slots should I put these in? Does it matter? Back in the day, the general rule of thumb was to install your first pair of RAM in the pair of slots starting from the one on the very left. Again, the one closest to the processor. This usually was A1 and B1. However, more and more modern motherboards are starting to instruct you to insert your first 2 modules in the second pair of slots, A2 and B2. Without getting too technical here, your system will run a little faster if you do this. Whether you have 4 slots in your motherboard can run in dual channel mode, 6 slots in triple channel, or 8 slots in quad channel, the same exact rule applies. Check your motherboard's manual where you should install your pairs of RAM. If you have only 2 slots of RAM, simply fill them both up, and you'll be ensured dual channel mode. If you only have 1 module, just put it in whatever slot is recommended first. With my motherboard, this would be slot A2. If you have 3 modules, put 2 in the first recommended pair, and then the third in the first slot of whatever pair is suggested next. Again, in my case, this would be slot A1. With 3 modules, many motherboards will revert the whole speed back down to single channel mode. However, here in 2022, more and more motherboards are beginning to have the capability of running the RAM in multi-channel and single-channel modes simultaneously. Now, don't be scared if you're new to this. Your computer won't break if you put any of the RAM modules in unoptimized spots. It should still boot up and run just fine no matter where you put any of it, and you'll still reap the benefit of having more RAM. It just may not run as fast as it could, and it's best you get the most bang for your buck. Okay, so now that we know where to put the RAM, let's look at how we will do so. The RAM slots will have at least 1 latch on either end of them. Mine, like a lot of more modern motherboards, at least since 2021, has just 1 latch on each slot, located at the top of them. All you have to do is depress it with your finger. It's really easy to do. Again, some slots will have 2 latches you'll need to disengage. Either way, once the slot is free, it's time to drop this sucker in. There's only one possible orientation it can fit, so don't worry about inserting it in the wrong way. No, not that thing, silly. I'm talking about the RAM module. Notice that its teeth are asymmetrical, which is a word that means not symmetrical. This will help you visually line up the module with the slot. Once you're pretty sure you got this, gently place the RAM on in. You can shimmy it around a bit just to make sure you have it aligned correctly. When you can tell it's in, press down on either one of the sides until you hear and or feel a click. Then do the same thing to the other side. Once that one clicks as well, ta-da, congratulations, you did it. The RAM is in, and as long as it's compatible with your system and nothing is damaged or broken, should be recognized by your computer and ready to use. That's it. That is how you install RAM into a desktop computer. There are no drivers required or any further steps you need to take in order for it to run. Your system should immediately recognize it all. If you're still having trouble, I have some more.
Shut up. Okay. Who's gonna do this lab so we can go? Just got one. I know you wanna come up here. You wanna come up? Okay, you gonna be the teacher today? All right. Hey, you went last time.
You said what?
Did you go last time?
That was no.
No.
That was the other Asian dude.
Dang, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. No, it's good. You need to go with me. That's bad. My bad. It's okay, man. Oh, that's the other one. All right. Let me cue you up. See, we all got jokes, right? Can we all listen? Sometimes, not all the time, but you know.
Alright, so
You know you gotta talk louder now. Come on. All right.
you're an IT help desk.
Listen up, y'all.
The company uses issue tracks as its ticket management software. To keep this lab open issue tracks and on the IT admin computer reads the open ticket and resolves the problem.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to building A.
Ooh.
Or
Okay.
IT admin right here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. You already got it. That's good. That's all good, man. Come on.
Tracks.
Oh, what's the name of this program?
Issue tracks.
Right on.
Then ticket. So my desktop and executive office won't turn on. Instead, it beeps. I Google the problem and it looks like it may be a memory issue.
Okay.
You come fix it for me. P.S. I have a software that requires 8 gigabytes of memory to run properly. Could you upgrade that while you're here? So you need to put a comment in, I guess.
You should do the comment afterwards. Well, you know what? You know what? You teaching. You do what you want. Go on, man.
On it.
Okay. Okay.
Where does it say that the computer's at?
Right there. See it right? It says hi. Executive office.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so go there.
Go on.
Mhm.
Executive hardware or laptop. Is it this one? Hardware. Yeah.
Yeah, go hardware. I think he has 2 devices on his computer. I mean his desk.
So I'll try and turn the computer on.
Okay.
And then you hear it beeps.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out. Turn it
Okay.
off.
Is it gonna flatline?
Yeah, I think so.
What you gonna do?
CPR.
I'll turn the TSU off.
Right on.
Oh, you gotta unplug it first.
Unplug it? No, I'll turn it off. It should be fine now. I'll unplug it.
No, not that from the cord, from the.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Never mind, forget it.
Tools, there should be a memory tester.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull out these 2 RAMs.
You gonna pull out
Said
2
it'd be a
RAM?
memory issue. So the specifications are 2 gigs, so I know that there's only 4 gigabytes of RAM, so that's not enough. But I'm gonna test it anyways.
You gonna test it anyway? Okay.
Test that one.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
It says fast, so that don't work, so I'm gonna throw it.
What do we have to do with it? You just said put it on, leave it on. I'm just curious. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while.
I just throw it out.
So you gonna throw it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then second one.
You gonna test it anyway? Good man. Okay. Is it good?
It says okay, so that's good.
Okay, that one's okay.
Now we know it's 2 gigs, DDR3.
Uh-huh.
So I'm supposing the motherboard supports only DDR3 RAM sticks.
Okay.
But I can also read it, like what it says over here.
Oh, so you went to the documentation that came with the motherboard.
Try and see. It's just the memory.
Okay.
4 double data rate DDR, so it's only DDR3.
Right on.
So
Right
now
on.
that I know that, I can go to memory.
Uh-huh.
And there's a bunch of these.
Ooh.
These won't work because it's DDR4. So
Good man.
That out. And what I did on my labs yesterday, it was like I didn't test everything, so now I'm gonna test each one to see if it's good or bad. Like the 1 RAM that was broken. So that's bad.
Oh, that's bad.
I throw it out too.
Okay. see what you're doing. Ah, I see what you're doing.
Bad, throw it out.
There's a lot of them that are bad.
Yeah, I don't know why. So that's okay. It's DDR3, it's 2 gigs, so I'm gonna plug it in.
You gonna pop that one in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It looks low.
since there's only 3 sticks left, well, 2 left, and it's only DDR3, so I'm assuming it's gonna be 4 slots of them. Like you can't run dual channel.
Mm.
So I'm gonna test this one.
Okay.
Okay, 2 gigs, DDR3.
Mm-hmm.
Plug it in.
Okay.
Like this one.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Good or bad?
Okay, so that works too. 2 gigs, DDR3 again. So that's 4 slots of 2 gigs each, so that should be 8. So that should be enough for her requirements.
Mm-hmm. Okay, take your time.
Turn it back, turn it on. Plug it in again.
Yeah, plug it in. Where's the other end?
Yeah,
When you touch
show
it.
up when I.
Yeah, where's the other end to this thing? No, he unplugged it from the wall.
Yeah, that was the power strip.
Oh, that was the power strip. Oh, that's what he did. Oh, okay, you gotta select the power strip, my man. Where is that power strip? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
There it is, right there. It says not connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see. You're gonna move a little closer. Good man. Okay, even closer.
Cause I don't know how to get rid of these, man.
Yeah, that's okay. Even closer. Okay. And then what do you do? Grab that back in. Okay, cool beans. Okay.
I'll turn it.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on the PSU.
I thought you did. Yeah, I think you did, my man. Go back to back. And then look at it. Yeah, go in real deep. Look at it. Yeah. See, turn it on. So you had it on. Oh, we gotta turn the power strip on? I thought that was on. See, it looks like it's on. Oh, it's not on. You're right. Is it on there?
It's green.
Yeah, it's green. So what's up? So what happened, y'all? Yeah. It's still plugged in.
How much RAM did it cost?
It's
All of
2
them are
gigs,
good.
DDR3 are 2, all of them are 2 gigabytes, and I tested.
Yeah, you tested them all, right?
Should be good.
Go to the motherboard.
So what is causing this problem?
All the way down. All the way down.
I put it in.
Did you do with the memory tester?
Sure. Yeah,
You
you
can
can
make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, I accidentally unplugged something, but I can't find the cord.
You click on this. Partially connected. Okay. Go to the back.
2, 4, 6, 8. So what did we do? What did we do wrong? Let's look at this power strip again, Chief. Okay.
That looks fine. Try the blue.
Okay.
Is all the RAMs,
That's
2
fine.
gigs?
So is that on? So
That's
go
not.
back here.
That's not even showing up
Go to the front.
on the. Oh, yes, it is.
Try turning it on.
Power strip. Which one is the computer? Which one of those cords?
So the wire.
Yeah, so turn that.
Can you scroll over and take a look at the cord? That.
Go over here.
Click that.
Then turn it on.
Yeah, it's connected.
Try.
So unplug it, plug it like this?
I think I think the monitor.
There we go. Right there.
Go to executive
Plug it
office.
back in.
I think maybe.
Okay. Okay. And put it back in. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
That's fine.
It won't come.
That's fine.
I'm stumped.
You might have to do it again, but don't unplug it this time.
You didn't like unplugging the power strip?
Because I didn't do it. I didn't unplug the computer.
You gonna just test that just for the giggles?
Just to see if I put that one in. But I did.
I see what you're missing.
You did?
That's the
Okay,
AC
yeah,
power
sorry to waste
cable.
time. I'll just reset it.
That's okay.
Go to workspace.
Oh, that was disgraceful.
All the way
Oh, it
down
was not? That was painful.
to
Alright, let's try it again.
space.
Go. Alright, alright. Blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Go here.
Oh, you don't have to.
Go down.
let's try it again. Keep going.
AC
Okay.
power, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, AC power.
okay.
Is this connected to where?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's right there.
Okay, then click for something.
Hey, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, okay,
It's right there.
okay. Okay. That was okay, so the other one's bad. So the other one gotta be bad, right?
It's the main,
Well, I think we still gotta test it though.
main AC power.
Well, I think you doing the same way. Yeah, that's bad. Cool.
Female,
Okay,
then male.
Mail's right
memory,
That's everything.
yep.
You test two at a time?
No, there's only one.
Yeah, I
answer, so-
think if you do, yeah, I think you don't do one at a time.
Yeah, I think you're still right. I just.
Oh, you notice
Just
that
put in
one says
mail,
DDR2 and DDR3.
Oh, okay.
See it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Does that make a difference?
It won't let you put it in.
Oh, that's right, it won't let you put it in because of the notch.
It's a different deal.
Okay. DDR. Okay. I think this one's bad. Oh, that's okay. Okay. One more. Okay.
That's good too.
That's good too, right?
Should be 4 slots.
So, okay. That's 4. Oh, did you not want to test that other one? DM6? Whatever, you don't have to do it?
I don't feel like there's any.
Okay, cool, that's all right, okay,
Can't be
cool, all right.
I don't think so.
Yep. So it looks like if you unplug it from the wall,
Yeah.
and try to plug it back.
You need to press F2 and F12.
No, you don't.
Just check the BIOS, but I'm pretty
You just
sure
put
we
in the
have
Windows
it
and
in
go
the.
to settings.
Is that a function of the answers? Do we have to go into the BIOS? Does it say anything
I
like going to
tried
BIOS?
that.
The lab doesn't require you, but
You
you
just
can
go
do
to
it to
settings
make sure.
and about.
You have to do it to get the points.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm thinking you
No,
gotta
you
do
don't.
it to get the points, right?
If you check your answers in that section, you have to check it with the BIOS.
You gotta check it in the BIOS.
That's what it says.
You can go to the control panel. And
In the real world, yeah.
No, you took it out. You gotta go through settings. The settings.
the settings.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, not the real computer.
You're talking about
The one in your
BIOS?
virtual computer.
Yeah. That's just the virtual computer settings.
No, that's the real one.
No,
Which
this is
settings
for
are you
this
referring to?
computer, not the-
In Windows
Oh, I'm
11?
thinking of it.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
The
okay.
settings?
You're opening the one on like the you go to about.
Go to where?
It's on the bottom. Like,
About? Scroll down? Yeah.
you see 8 one.
They saw that I have 8 years today, yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
So now, you got a close ticket, so I gotta go out again.
Mhm.
Admin.
Admin, gotta say something.
It is done.
Yeah, cause when I did it, and I didn't put any comments, I didn't get all points.
Put a smiley face at least.
Check the answer.
Check the answer.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Goodbye. Good job. Goodbye.